Welcome back to the show, everyone. So, here's the deal. I've been noticing that across a lot of Activision-Blizzard titles, the heat is being turned up. They want more money, and they want it now. And of course, we're in an industry where everyone's trying to get more money now. Everyone wants the line to go up. Be it, say, the price of ultimate skins in League of Legends, guns in Valorant, which is kind of insane, by the way, and so many other things, like new virtual currencies like Traders, Tender, and WoW, that they are kind of using to sneakily pull off some stuff. Premium early access, premium versions of battle passes with even more things and bizarre pathing to make them more efficient. And James Corden, yeah, he even appears, unfortunately, in today's video. So, Blizzard are turning up the pressure, likely inspired by their pals over at Activision, because we are seeing the Fortnite-ification of Call of Duty, and that is something that will be spread across the other titles. And yeah, to tease you, Overwatch this time around had quite a surprise, but I'll tell you what's not a surprise: today's sponsor. Would you like to save money, access more content, and be more secure? Seems like a no-brainer, and today's sponsor, NordVPN.com/Bellular News, does just that at my link, where every 2-year plan gets 4 bonus months for free, and they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, Nord lets you browse the web from anywhere, and that lets you do a hell of a lot. As an example, traveling. Ticket prices for things like cars are often optimized based on regional demand and a bunch of other factors, like even airline, home country, and national wealth. So, if you clear your cookies and use NordVPN to shop around, you can benefit from regional price differences, which I recently did for my trip to the US. You can actually save back the cost of Nord super easily. Of course, they keep you private, stop your ISP from snooping in your data. They've got fantastic threat protection services and new features like MeshNet. It's all in the app and the browser extension that are super easy to use, and you can get 4 months for free with the 2-year plan at nordvpn.com/Bellular News with that 30-day money-back guarantee. I'm going to kick us off with a quick bit of breaking news. So, the United Kingdom Competition and Markets Authority has cleared the acquisition to happen, right? Basically, now that Ubisoft is managing the cloud gaming distribution rights, Microsoft cannot negatively impact the eventual growth of the cloud gaming market as a result of the acquisition, which basically means it's okay to go. But with a bit of a parting shot around the lack of an influence that their aggressive lobbying tactics had. Quote, "We take our decisions free from political influence and we won't be swayed by corporate lobbying." So, yeah, I suppose they wanted to have the last laugh on this one. And the shot continues because they said Microsoft had the chance to restructure things during our initial investigation, but no, instead, They kept on trying to push stuff that we told them, wouldn't work. Quote, "Dragging out proceedings this way only wastes time and money." So that is all rather funny, but the point is, the deal has been cleared. It is going to be going through. While the FTC in America, while their case is still ongoing, the legal situation there is a little bit more complex. But basically, they'll be closing this deal potentially in a few hours on Friday the 13th. Because, yes, I suppose reality can be quite funny. And before we get to the microtransactions, Bobby actually had some things to say about this. Now, it wasn't just Bobby, because what happened is there was an all-hands town hall at Activision, and it's one that was hosted by special guest James Corden, one of the least funny late-night funny men, but there is a silver lining to this story, and that is that if James Corden is really good friends with Bobby Kotick, then perhaps he'll stay in America and he won't come back here, which we would really all kind of love. So you guys keep him for now. Anyway, during this meeting, Kotick sort of reminisced about the past, the Vivendi situation that they got out of a few years ago, and he did say a bunch of quotes that are like, hey, they want to require us for our amazing culture and our, relentless drive to want to deliver for our players, yada, 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 the sorts of things that, the CEO types say, and then you kind of look at the games where you're getting nickel and dimes and you think, okay, dude, fine, sure, moving on. But in terms of potentially substantive things, he did have a few interesting quotes. Here's one: being able to tap into their AI and machine learning capability. Of course, that would be referencing Microsoft being strong in that domain and also their very, very significant investments and partnership with OpenAI. The data analytics, new ways of thinking about graphics. I just see unlimited potential for what we do. But what's odd is he actually did mention a franchise that's been dead for quite a long time. Here's a quote: "The re-emergence of Guitar Hero and other things would not be possible without the different types of resources." And so, just the endless possibilities of the future are just incredibly exciting. So that seems to be him saying, hey, access to AI, access to Microsoft's whole situation. That'll help us do things like Guitar Hero. It's a bit weird. He actually has referenced Guitar Hero before, basically that it could benefit from machine learning technology and AI replication, though, I mean, who really knows? Is that just a pipe dream? Is this Bobby just saying things he thinks, is particularly interesting? Because ultimately, this is one of those things where he talked a whole bunch of, really a whole bunch of nothing, kind of waxed lyrical about some of the AI stuff. There are some good applications, there are some significantly less good applications, and I would be highly suspicious of the AI motivations in this case, because to me it could seem like a way to cost cut in a way that would kind of damage the artistry. AI as a tool to, have maybe your generative fill in Photoshop, stuff like that makes the professional's life easier. That's all great. With the big generative AI hype, I have a feeling it's not going to just be that. But okay, that's the breaking news covered. I think it's time to talk about the microtransactions now, because this stuff has been getting more and more intense. I mean, just like 6 weeks ago, we did a video talking about things getting more intense. They've kind of got more intense already. It really is a bit insane. Call of Duty specifically is experiencing what many players are calling the Fortnite-ification. And this is happening just in time for the 20th mainline Call of Duty game, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, brackets, the second time there's been a Modern Warfare 3. They had the all-platform, beta weekend going on, all that stuff, and a lot of people actually seem excited because it seems to be a bit more of a movement shooter, which is pretty cool for me. But what really caught my eye, though, is just the impact of the free-to-play model, and how with Call of Duty, they really have got a situation where they have their cake and they are gorging themselves on it as well, because not only is it a full big old, premium game experience, those games are not cheap, but the amount of cosmetics is seriously getting kind of insane and out of hand. And this is obviously the business model they want to implement across everything else. I mean, look at Overwatch 2. I think their big frustration with Overwatch 2 is that it's free to play, because with Call of Duty, they've been able to have all that store stuff, and have a crazy in-game store. And I think obviously with Diablo 4, that's what they want to do. So to dive into this then, we of course have got all the trappings of the exclusive cosmetic bundles, multiple currencies with, real cash being used, and then Call of Duty points. And now we've got some recurring daily log-in bonuses. Seemingly log in enough and, you can get a loading screen from 2009, a battle token, tier skips, skins, animated emblems, that sort of thing. This has happened all while the core games themselves are kind of de-emphasized in favor for this wider Call of Duty platform that's going to be integrating everything together. Actually, even just look at what Call of Duty turned into in Steam. Welcome to Call of Duty HQ, the home of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, and Warzone. So you can see that they want Call of Duty to be a thing that you just log into, and every year there'll be a $70 purchase. Of course, the large thing that they've done here is they've made it so that a lot of your microtransactions purchases carry forward from Modern Warfare 2 and current Warzone, into Modern Warfare 3. And what that has essentially done is it's let them stretch out the monetization possible from the Modern Warfare 3 kind of hype cycle period. And what that's basically led to is the crazy Fortnite-ification of things. As an example, they even have this Call of Duty Season 6 Battle Pass preview as a major feature. And yes, there's a lot of stuff that we've covered before with the way that they do the Black Cell Battle Pass, which is basically just the premium version of the Battle Pass. It's a bit more efficient, it costs a good bit more money, it has more sort of unique premium cosmetics. And every time they do this, if you look at the Steam top sellers, you actually do see it there. And as I go down this, you'll see so many bundles, but what I want to talk about is the Fortnite-ification. So, do you want the Tracer Pack Skeletor Operator Bundle? Yeah, you can just be Skeletor. That's available in 5 days. Available in a few days is Lilith from Diablo 4, who's also going to come with her own finishing move that just turns a dude into the sort of Lilith blood petals. Then Inarius, he's also coming on October the 26th. Then, of course, we've got the Helsing Bundle. Then we've got Ash versus Evil Dead. Yes, you can just, you can be your man Campbell. Then we've got the Doom Weapon Pack. We've got the Grim Tidings Pack. There are so many. It's really gone crazy. I mean, hey, I like the X-Files. I even like a bit of Ghost Adventures. And here we go. For me, there's the Paranormal Investigator Pack. I mean, it really is getting kind of crazy just how much they are doing. And in addition to that, they're doing a thing that Fortnite does really well, which is targeting different niches and fandoms. As an example, if you like sort of hip-hop rap, you're good. If you like classic anime, you're good. If you like the sort of like some of the fun, violent media, like if you want some Homelander stuff, obviously Homelander was in the game, as well as all of that delicious nostalgia bait. Here's what the average day of the Call of Duty store is going to be showing you. So right now, Doom weapons, 1,800 Call of Duty points. And remember, it's the usual $1 is 100 points. That is going to be something you can acquire more efficiently, though, the more coins that you purchase. Modern Warfare 2, 2009. Audio Pack 2, 1,200. Helsing, Lara Croft, 2,400. Nicki Minaj, 2,400. Black Noir, Homelander, 2,400 each. 21 Savage, 2,400. So that's just an example. You could easily be spending like 15,000 Call of Duty points with what happens to be on the store at any one point, and that is 150 of, those delicious United States dollars. And now, as you can see here for their new seasons, even so much of their marketing is focused on what the Battle Pass brings. Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. It is about, hey, why am I going to keep on playing infinite rounds of Call of Duty and infinite rounds of Warzone? I need many, many, many carrots for this to be worth it. And this is just Bobby saying, hey, we've grown some carrots. We've purchased some carrots from Nicki Minaj. Here's some Mulder and Scully carrots. Take them too. And it's just an infinite dopamine trail. I mean, dude, it's crazy. And of course, their biggest success story is Black Cell. So it takes the real money cost for a premium battle pass, and that's what's really smart about it. Because yes, you can sort of see some of that as like, oh, X amount of this is, worth whatever amount of Call of Duty points. Obviously, the whole point is, if Call of Duty points exist, Activision's got their money. This is you spending, real money. You'll see this appear as its own like DLC in Steam, as an example. And this time it's on its 4th iteration. It's doubling down. It's added in a custom grenade cosmetic, a cyborg-ish version of an existing Modern Warfare 2 character as a separate operator, and really is so far so live service, but going in there pretty damn extreme with, of course, the charge being led by a $70 premium boxed product. It really is quite something. And this is then when we go over to Overwatch, because, you saw the headlines. Overwatch fans unite to hate on $40 Diablo skins. You might be thinking, what? A $40 skin in Overwatch? Yeah, sort of. So there's a $40 bundle, and it's got Inarius and Lilith in it. The thing that people are not particularly happy about, though, is, and this is the repeat of Black Cell, they're only available there. And obviously, if you're a Blizzard fan, you'll want Lilith and Inarius as skins. So here's what the bundle has. The Lilith Moira skin, worth $18. Inarius Pharah skin, worth $18. Pumpkin Bastion skin, as a bonus. 2,000 Overwatch coins, which is worth about $16 to $20. And then 20 Battle Pass skips. Now, this kind of might sound familiar because you know what this is? This is the basically same price point as the Overwatch Invasion Ultimate Bundle. So in this case, they've just thrown in 2 super premium skins instead of, those 3 missions. So if you think about the overall value proposition there. But the point basically is, this has gone from just being, hey, do your battle pass. Because the normal battle pass is basically $10 every 9 weeks. With this, they can make it $40 every 9 weeks. And instead of that being purchased with the Overwatch premium currency, you're buying the full bundle. Now that bundle will come with more Overwatch coins. And then you may say to yourself, oh good, I have 2,000 Overwatch coins because I've bought this bundle. Great, I'll buy the next 2 seasons with that. But that's not really going to be the case because those coins exist so that you can buy the bundles that rotate through the store. Basically, it's just all trying to get you to participate in this in-game economy. That's why you don't just look at the store and buy exactly what you want. They do the rotating store so that every, however many days it is, you're presented with a new bunch of potential things you can get so that you could be like, oh, I like that skin and it's going to be gone in 3 days or 2 days. Well, I do have all these Overwatch coins and I was going to get the premium, the battle pass next season, but I want this now. And that's just kind of the way that they're trying to upsell you. So basically, this is just the awkward situation of the value proposition. This is the same cost of bundle. One of them has 2 licensed skins. One of them has the PvE missions. And this really is just quite an awkward stumble, to be honest. And the sad thing for Overwatch is there have been some other good things. As an example, right, the Battle Pass progression is a bit more straightforward. The free Battle Pass unlocks are better, and the more regular challenges make some targeting progression there easier for the non-paying players. And also, you're now earning actually a decent amount of legacy credits, which are what give you agency to purchase the skins that were added to, well, you know, the Overwatch 1, basically, family of skins. There was a little bit of a downside, though, because the Season 7 Hanzo Mythic skin does have a bit of a lack of customization, and it's returned to being at rank 80 rather than being split across the ranks. As an example, when the Tracer Mythic skin came out, you got one version of it, I think at level 40, then level 60, then level 80. It was a decent way of doing it. I suppose it meant that more people got at least some of that flavor of Tracer. It seems though they have stepped back on that. And here's where it gets fascinating. You may think, oh man, I mean, surely people wouldn't engage with this. It's a bad value proposition. Well, here's the deal. Overwatch, like with Call of Duty, is on Steam. So you can actually see here when this went live, Overwatch 2 went to the top 10 in terms of global revenue on Steam. I don't think that's as good as the Black Cell bundles tend to do for Call of Duty, but I mean, it does show something quite interesting. You know, it's sitting in there just below Total War Pharaoh, and that's kind of a game I want to talk about next week. But of course, there is actually more than just that, because I know you guys absolutely love bundles. There is nothing better than, you know, a new consumption occasion being given to us by the games industry, because there is a Dota Compendium-style crowdfunding bundle. This would cost you about 3,200 Overwatch coins. That's about 25 to 30 bucks worth. It's the OWWC Crowdfunding Mega Bundle. And this has got a unique Sojourn skin, pose, voice line, alongside providing funding for the prize pool. In a way, those prize pools exist to sort of increase the marketing value, etc., of, you know, of the esports. So it's nice to know the players can, of course, fund that as well. And, you know, we players, if we band together and we all just rough it out and purchase the bundle, Blizzard will get a better headline for their World Cup prize pool. Now then, Diablo 4 Season 2. As I covered in a video, the game is actually going in a better direction as a video game. A humongous number of quality of life fixes have been made, leveling's 40% faster, and Season of Blood genuinely does look to be significantly better than Season of the Malignant. And while there's been positive, meaningful change there, where there has not been positive change is, oddly enough, the Battle Pass model, which is basically one that seems to be stubbornly refusing to take on some of the positive industry trends related to Battle Passes. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but you get my point, right? If we're going to have Battle Passes, it's probably better it's a good one rather than a really shit one. So, in Season 1, you could earn 666 platinum, which was, you know, oh, number of the beast, cute. But that was literally useless, because the cheapest items on the store were 700 platinum, and the premium pass cost 1,000 platinum. Now, in Season 2, you are getting 700 platinum, a whole 34 platinum more, meaning that you can buy one of the cheapest items in the store, or, I suppose, do, like, 2 seasons, you know, buy it 2 seasons, and then you can buy one of them with the coins you've earned. Yeah, doesn't feel particularly great. But that's not where the story ends, because there's another interesting thing. Activision-Blizzard want you to buy their games. That shouldn't be a surprise. Obviously, we've got the Steam launch of Diablo 4. We've got the worldwide launch of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Those are both games that bring in a hell of a lot of just cash right now from, like, what you would call a boxed sale. Now, that's something that then interfaces a bit strange with the Microsoft business model, which is very much based on, of course, Game Pass, right? So how's this going to happen? What games are or are not going to be on Game Pass? Well, they did release a bit of a statement here, and the wording is fairly interesting. It's awesome to see anticipation building for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as we continue to work toward regulatory approval of the Microsoft deal. We've been getting questions about Game Pass. While we do not have plans to put Modern Warfare 3 or Diablo 4 on Game Pass this year, once the deal closes, we expect to start working with Xbox to bring our titles to more players around the world, and we anticipate that we would begin adding games to Game Pass sometime in the course of next year. Now, the wording is kind of important there, because as the sources that Windows Central talked to, it does actually look like a decent amount of the library could be hitting Game Pass a bit sooner. I think it's just fairly obvious. They have a large library, throwing that library onto Game Pass would be pretty smart. But right now, it's just not worth sacrificing all of those delicious boxed sales. And I mean, hey, it's not like Game Pass existing totally kills the amount of money from day one of a game. Yeah, people will sign up to Game Pass, but also, of course, the premium early access business model is absolutely catching on, and we all know how absurdly well that thing sold for, of course, for Starfield. Now, there is one more thing. Of course, BlizzCon's coming out, and there's a really good change for everyone with this BlizzCon, and that is quite simply that the whole thing will be streamed for free. You will not need to purchase a virtual ticket to watch the developer panels. That is a genuine good change, right? That being said, I just, you know, the BlizzCon collection bundle, right? All the cosmetics and stuff that you get, that's what's here instead of the virtual ticket. Of course, the virtual ticket used to also include some, you know, cosmetic things. But I just saw this and I thought instantly, I'm so tired because there's just so many things. And for some people, that might be a great value. But the reason why I bring it up is, how does any of this shit have value? It's just, there's dozens of different bundles being slung at us all the time. Surely there is going to be some fatigue here. I mean, just look at this chart. So there's a pet for World of Warcraft and a toy, but if you want the flying mount, that's going to be the legendary pack, which is like $50, you know, like $42.99 British. There's a Diablo 4 mount. There's a trophy, a mount trophy, some mount armor, a premium battle pass, 1,000 Overwatch coins, a weapon charm, a name card, Overwatch, and this is where it gets weird, like Overwatch, you know, Season 7 Premium Battle Pass. There it is in the Legendary Pack. So if you think about somebody, you know, they're going to get the Legendary Pack here, then they're going to want Lilith and Inari, so they're going to buy that bundle as well. It's just so many beans. It's kind of crazy. And, you know, you just keep on going through everything. And I just kind of look at this and it's like, okay, what is a Battle Pass? It's basically just, it's the slow release formulation of a microtransaction bundle. So it's like, we've got bundles here. These bundles are including bundles. Some things in those bundles can't be purchased separately. Then there's also additional bundles in the store, and you will get store currency for purchasing these bundles. And if you purchase these bundles, then you won't need to buy the Battle Pass bundle with your in-game currency, which then means that in-game currency can go into buying other bundles. It's just stupid now, isn't it? And then finally, I guess I could just mention World of Warcraft. There's a bit of a TLDR here. Between, like, say, the 12-month subscription promotion, the 6-month subscription promotion, the way they have the trading pass, and now basically every month or two, there are sometimes even multiple, basically, cosmetic bundles in World of Warcraft that come with a cosmetic and then some Trader's Tender, which is the sort of like in-game monthly rotating cosmetic store where, you know, you earn 1,000 of that currency in-game, but actually it's beginning to seem like there'll be between, you know, 300 to 500 of that virtual currency on the store via a bundle in any given month. So really what this, I think, is doing is it's turning players who, remember, because many of these games are premium, it's turning those players into payers, and then it's turning them from regular game payers into super payers by basically having literal bundles of bundles. This is all just getting out of hand, isn't it? And it's one of those things like, people buy this shit. In a way, you can't blame them because the market is rewarding this behavior. Like, evidently, you know, they do this shit and line go up. People in Call of Duty, they complained a lot about the Black Cell Battle Pass, and there's the Black Cell Battle Pass zooming up the Steam charts. So it's one of those challenging things. The behavior is rewarded by the market, and that means that the aggregate of opinion plus action from consumers is leaning in that direction. Of course, the whole point there is, you know, if you were to imagine this as a vote, the vote of, you know, somebody like any of us who just says, I don't want to do that. That's a meaningless vote because the power of everyone else, you know, who buys the bundle, it's like, okay, so what? I buy Diablo 4 and then that's it. I'm worth like $70. There's other players who play Diablo 4 and they might be worth like $500, $1,000. That's the thing, I suppose. The more, you know, we talk about income inequality, right, in our different countries. In a way, you could almost say company revenue inequality, right, where like the more revenue comes from a smaller slice of, like, you know, the sort of pyramid of players, then the more these companies will be incentivized to just create more big spending opportunities. And then what that means for the rest of us is that's not the sort of thing we see value value in, but it is how they make their money because there's enough people to make it a viable business model. So even though we may say, how about you tone it down and I'd feel better about buying your game and I maybe would buy the Battle Pass more then. Well, they're just thinking, yeah, but if we did that, fucking big sweaty Bill over there, he wouldn't be spending $2,000 a year on microtransactions. So that is the funny little thing that's going on in the market. And I just think that Activision-Blizzard are a really good example here, as I think primarily expressed by the Fortnite-ification of Call of Duty. I then imagine we could get a Fortnite-ification of course, of Overwatch. Now, do I think that Snoop Dogg will be an Overwatch skin? Probably not, but where possible, I could absolutely see them do that. And I suppose to finish, do you know what the most hilarious thing is? Heroes of the Storm was a damn good video game. It was great. And you see, looking through those skins, man, Heroes of the Storm actually had some of the coolest looking skins in games. Just a pretty loopy situation that they had, you know, in a way, so much like value there, but it didn't really take off. Oh dear. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of this. What bundles have you purchased? What bundles containing other bundles have you purchased? I'd like to know. How do your friends? Do you have a friend just on your Discord who's just, oh yeah, there's microtransaction Jim, look at what he bought yesterday? Do you have someone like that? Like, how does this impact you, your gaming, your life? I'd love to know. With that said, thank you for watching. And of course, be sure to support today's sponsor to support the show. The link will be down in that description. Thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.